My name is Jacob Joseph. I'm 66 years old, and in October of last year, while I was in Kerala, I contracted a horrible and rare autoimmune disease called Guillain-Barré or GBS, which rendered me completely immobile from my nose down to my toes. GBS occurs to one person in 100,000, and I spent the next 7.5 months recovering in Believers Hospital. One of the very first people that I encountered on my admission to the intensive care unit at the hospital was the effervescent, smiling, and confident face of Joel Phillips, the occupational therapist. He initially examined me and quickly realized that I had practically zero mobility in both my arms as well as my legs. While I did have some sensation and feeling in my body, as my sensory system was relatively intact, this harrowing disease had severely impacted my ability to move, making it necessary for me to have assistance to perform even the most basic functions of daily life. I was repeatedly told by my medical team that I was a very lucky man to be alive. It was from those rather dim and dark days that I began my journey towards recovery, a journey that I'm still on a year later. During the initial days and weeks, Joel from OT went to work on me. His first objective was to assure me that if I put in the effort, he could help me to increase my mobility in my arms, hands, feet, and toes. His joint compression exercises on my arms, my fingers and hands, little by little, helped wake up those dormant nerves. He then worked on arm extensions to help increase my range of motion while also robustly tapping my arms and meridians to increase energy flows. Joel said, "Nothing will improve if you just lay horizontal in bed." It was time to try and sit up. And so, with his help and a stack of pillows behind me to prevent falling back, I was sat up first for a minute, then the next day for 5 minutes, all the time struggling to breathe while trying to straighten my back. Then Joel said, "Tomorrow you will try and sit for 10 minutes. 10 minutes became 20, then 20 became 30, and finally I could sit up. I remember him saying at the time that it would be the best Christmas present for him if I could finally sit up straight without any aid. While I still needed to be lifted up to a sitting position, I was able by Christmas to sit straight on my bed without any assistance. I was even able to listen to some music to distract me from the aches and pains. Soon, I was in a wheelchair heading to the PMR gym for both OT and PT. Getting out of my hospital room was one of the most uplifting things for me. Being with other patients at the gym where everyone encouraged me to work hard was so important. I owe a debt of gratitude to the wonderful and committed therapists at the PMR OT PT gym. At the gym, the OT focus continued to be on my core strength and my range of motion, including exercises to increase balance and upper body strength, and not to mention helping with my fine motor skills to improve dexterity and functional movements from writing to filling in holes and block building. Here I have to say, it was Joel's creative energy that found interesting things to do with my fingers and hands to help my increasing range of motion, throwing and catching balls, rolling my shoulders to help strengthen my deltoids, that hammerhead-shaped bone, the scapula, which I felt for the first time in my lifetime. And of course, the arm exercises with weighted objects on the table to improve my sideways and forwards motion, which I am still working on. All in all, I'm in a much better place today. As my journey continues, I must send a big thank you to Joel and the wonderful OT team as well, and as all the other talented disciplines at Believers Medical College Hospital for giving me another chance at a normal life. A very happy World Occupational Therapy Day to you all.